Good morning. Happy Saturday and welcome to the Love Brew podcast. Lily was my co-host for a second, but she got up and left. You tell everybody hi? No? Okay. I don't know where Tommy is, but my name is Artika. And Tommy's gonna be sitting here. Lily, everybody can see you. uh I'm waiting for Tommy to come over before we get started. Good morning, Sharon. Happy Saturday. I don't want a balloon on my face. All right, Dad is coming. Good morning, cousin Deshauna. Lily, Lily. Miss Sharon said good morning. Okay, she shook her head no. They apparently she wanted Dad to make them something to or her something to drink, and he just went ahead and obliged for quad at the same time. Good morning, Tommy.
Good morning, Artika. Good morning, everybody. Artika sounds like she just woke up out of the bed. I've been up for 3 hours already, so I am up, ready to go. Welcome to the Love Brew podcast. I'm your host, Tommy T.
Do I sound like I just woke up
Yes.
because I am quiet?
Yeah, no, because you do. This is what you sound like. Good morning, everybody. I'm Artika, and this is the Love. This is not the quiet. What is it? Quiet Storm. Did y'all have a Quiet Storm on your radio growing up? What was the thing?
The moments in love.
Like,
Do, do,
how was
do,
the
do,
the jingle?
do, do, do,
That was the jingle. Ours was the quiet storm,
do.
soft and warm.
I
I don't
don't
know
know.
why I remember that, man, but I
What
just do.
radio station was
It's
that
Power
on?
94.
Is that the only
It
black
would it
people
wasn't
station?
it wasn't it was the people station, but it wasn't. Is every city have a people station?
V103 is the people station here.
Yeah, Power 94 was, and I don't know
I
if
don't
they.
know if we called it that back home, but I didn't know any stations that weren't black back home. Except for that one station that like came and went
Yeah,
that was like the Billboard top 100.
yeah.
Like it didn't matter
What music?
what
Just
genre it
top
was. It was just
100.
like we play the top 100s.
Yeah. No, we didn't have that. We had Power 94. It was a oldie station, but I never looked at it
I found myself listening to the old school R&B station,
because the
adult contemporary
because the
music
music. The crazy part is the adult contemporary music today, the old school music,
is what we
is
listen
is
to.
what we were going to the club, going to. Uh, uh,
They like they'll play a song without the rap.
yeah. T Pain is old
Adult
school.
contemporary. That's what happens when you, as
I'm in
Danny
love.
says, when you and you're about to be 40s.
Yeah, I'm in love with a stripper.
That's
Old school, adult contemporary.
and yet I
Bartender, back
like
that ass up.
time and not time, but yes, Tommy. Tommy plays "This Is How We Do It," and Lily knows the song.
You know why?
Why
When I was a kid, I really enjoyed Montel Jordan
did you?
so much.
You
I
bought
ha-
the CD?
I didn't buy it. I had the tape.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. I had the
not the
tape.
tape.
The tape. I used to play the hell out of that junk, man. The junk with he had a song with Silk the Shocker. I
Mhm.
used to think that was so funny. Like, anyway,
I enjoyed Silk the Shocker, no matter how much y'all talk about his rapping style.
what was the song that, like, you know how, like, speaking of music, this Tyrese album, right?
Uh-huh.
Puts me in the mind of like, I want to hear this, right?
Mhm.
But it's like the music is different today. Like his new album is I was just listening. I think it's Black Pain or Pain Black or Back Pain,
Back pain.
something with pain. Beautiful pain. This man was butthurt
that
about
woman that
what that
woman
girl
left
did.
him. He was working on this album prior to their divorce.
Hmm.
And I think he scrapped a lot of songs.
Well, I mean, like this one he put together
There's a
well.
gnat.
Yeah, it is. I see it. I've been trying to get it for the last hour. Um, I like listening to it. It puts you into the mind of '90s, early 2000 R&B, but it really puts me in the mind of like I think about Drew Hill, how they
Mm-hmm.
have those songs that the emotion is there. Like
Mm-hmm.
it puts you like I'm gonna play this if I broke up with somebody, or I'm gonna play this when I get with somebody, or I just got some, or I seen a pretty girl at the club, and this is what we're gonna get down to, stuff like that. But they don't make music like that no more.
Well, that's because they say the humana.
No, it's not. It's not that.
What?
It's like the music today don't have that type of emotion like the R&B music.
Because everybody's on drugs.
No, it's not everybody's on drugs.
Well, they was on drugs back then too.
Everybody's trying to make a bop,
Mhm.
and that's the thing, and that's what's getting them the money, which I understand. Like
I
shoot,
think that the money can come either way. Cause you can't make me believe that Kiki White is out here supporting all them kids, not making no money. And she be
man,
singing her heart out.
that's why she be singing her heart out because she got to make some money for all them kids.
Well, she ain't had all them kids when she started, and she was still singing her heart out.
But I think about you brought up the song. What was the girl named Leandria?
Hmm.
Um,
I just couldn't place her
yeah,
voice. I knew her voice, but I couldn't. I was like, who is that?
that song reminds me of Avant and Kiki White. I don't know the name of the song, but it
My
was like,
first love.
yeah. But how they went back and forth talking to each other. What's her name? Kelly Rowland, and who she sung with? She did a song with was it R. Kelly
No.
that she was going back and forth with. I can't remember, but it's like, man, those things in song
Now you
and
got me
music.
looking at Kelly Rowland's
No, it wasn't
discography.
Kelly Rowland. It was her name is Kelly.
Price?
Kelly Price. That's it.
Okay. That's why I looked
That's
at
it.
you like that,
That's
because I'm
it.
like, Kelly Rowland ain't
I
got
knew,
no song going back
was
and
it
forth.
Kelly Rowland? Yeah, she did. She
Kelly and Nelly was not a going back and forth like that.
what
She
was
just
they?
sang the hook.
I thought they went back
No
and forth.
matter what I do, all
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
about
yeah.
is you.
Nelly had everybody in the chokehold at
And he
one
just
point in time.
sold a large portion
Country Grammar was such a great album.
of his, what do you call it?
I don't know.
Catalog.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, man, it's Tyrese's album is amazing. By the way, I want to just put that out there. It puts you in a different feel. Um. I don't know how I got there.
I don't
I know we was talking about the
remember.
radio,
Yeah.
and oh,
You made sure you wanted to talk about Tyrese.
I did,
That
I
was your
did because I like,
what else
man.
did you need to say about Tyrese?
Uh, I just feel bad for him. The way that the lyrics, like if you listen to what he's singing about, he says like, "You just left me," and you telling me the story. I was like, "Golly, I can understand where his pain is coming from if that's what happened."
I just feel like if he's that butthurt about it, he shouldn't be in another relationship now, and he is in another relationship
Is
already.
he?
Hmm.
I definitely don't feel like he should be in another one. I feel like the focus now should just be on his
Children.
children. He has more than one.
Hmm.
His children, and make some more music if you or act. Do what you do, but don't worry about a relationship. Or not right now, at least.
Well, that's the thing is that he gets into these relationships, and he has been married twice, and he flaunts these women as the best thing that's ever happened to him. And then when something happens, it turns into, what more do you want from
Hmm.
me?
I think that's the issue with him. He's turned into such a meme that he can't get out of that.
He could get out of that if he wanted to.
Yeah,
Nobody tells Tyrese to go. What did he have on when he was on Shannon Sharp?
I don't know.
He had on a
It was like a dashiki. That's what
yeah,
they call it.
I wasn't gonna call it that.
What are
I was
they?
gonna say like Middle Eastern garb, but I guess a dashiki could be it too.
Is that the
Because
right name for it?
Arab men wear the long ones,
Yeah.
and that's what he look. I don't know what they're called.
Uh,
Um,
I think it's cool that he get into the other cultures. I think it's cool that he's comfortable in getting into other cultures, but not overbearingly. You know. Um,
Caftan.
Caftan. That's what it's called. I didn't know that.
I don't know what it's called in the traditional sense, but it's a caftan. Um, no, because what was the point of that in the Club Shay Shay interview?
That's just what he decided to wear that day.
Exactly. That's just like when he said he channeled Marvin Gaye when he sang the national anthem. Nobody
I had
knew
this
he was
this
like,
wig.
I was leaving from filming when I went to go sing, and I just didn't have enough time to get out of all of my gear.
Yeah.
And I was like, it seems like you should have had better time management because, but for him, it keeps the people talking.
It keeps the people talking, but also he was dropping an album.
But I don't think that the people talking makes him or makes us go listen because I've seen all of these clips, and with the exception of you playing the album in the kitchen, I wasn't finna turn that on.
Yeah.
If I
Um
wanted to hear some Tyrese, I would turn on Sweet Lady or What Am I Gonna Do?
I hear you, cousin. Uh the thing about him in that wig, if you look it up, and his video Wildflower, he's wearing this wig. And I was like, oh, okay. But all this stuff about him in the, like Huber said, he know how to get his name out there. They were sitting in the chair, and I thought I picked them all up. Good morning. Is that how you say her name?
I don't know.
Ketwe. Ketwe. Anyway. Uh quite is distracting to
You
me.
go ahead. I'm just trying to get them back upstairs.
uh
Here, I'm gonna blow this one up for you.
but yeah, so yeah, he knows how to get his name out there and stuff like that. So him getting his name out there wearing that, it's not a problem with it. He looks weird, yes. But does he make good music? I think so. Like this album, like, to be honest with you, I haven't had a complaint with the album personally. It actually made me go back and listen to some of his old music. Not what's the album he tried to rap? Now I was like, come on,
When he
man.
was black
Black
tie.
Tie. Come on, man. Everybody had dreams of being a rapper, but everybody ain't Chris Brown. Um, man, it's a lot of stuff that happened this week, man. We got Lily's picture
2 weeks.
this last 2 weeks. Yeah, Lily's school pictures came back.
Yep.
Um
She did not smile.
right.
7 poses. She looking like this.
We looking at the pictures like,
In all of them.
mm.
But I paid for them. Her pre-K picture is still at the top of this is gonna be on her graduation cake.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
Like that picture was such a mean mug.
Yeah.
This newest one, it's all right.
Yeah.
But absolutely that pre-K picture's going on the cake.
Um Also these last 2 weeks I've had the most adult conversations with people that made me realize in my 37 years of life I am truly an adult.
Who did you
Like
talk to that made you feel grown?
coworkers.
Oh.
And we talking about getting involved with the government, government, uh, the local government, and all that stuff, man.
Me and our next door neighbor, she been texting me telling me some you going to this. It's like coffee with a cop.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, I need to
They
see what
do it. I don't know how often they do it.
see what y'all's up to, because man. So maybe not last week, but the week before last, man. Our neighborhood had somebody came through our whole neighborhood and just ransacked everybody's cars that were on the street, including
Mine.
our tickets. And so we're looking at the situation. The cops were called. The cops never came out.
They did come out.
Oh,
That guy that came out is the police.
okay. That guy that
Hmm.
came out hours later.
It's fixed.
But
I can't open it. We can
man,
open
I
it.
was just like, man, why is that a thing that people do? Just trying to figure it out, and we had to bear the hardship of it because there's nothing in the cars.
Yeah,
And
it's absolutely nothing in my car.
my biggest fear is that they realize there's nothing in the car and they get, you know, confident enough to come in somebody's house. Go throw it in the trash, man.
That one's broken. Okay.
All right, whatever, dude. But yeah, having these conversations or this thing happening got me talking to people, and they was like, "Man, you should look into the city, see what's going on with the city." And you know, nobody told me to run for office,
Thank God.
but I sure been like, man, I need to apply to work at the city to see what y'all spending money on.
You gonna go through the budget?
Right. This could be knocked out. We need to put more here.
Yeah, I the fact that people go to jail for defending their things can be a bit bothersome to me.
Hmm.
And yeah, the crazy thing is, Hubert, one of our neighbors did have his gun in the car, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why did you have your gun in the car? They didn't take his gun because he had tools on top of it, and so they only saw the tools. But I was like, this needs to be in your house. It can't protect you in your car if you in your house.
I was just like, man, take that in the house.
Please.
Like every time you get out the car, like you get your keys, grab
And
that.
then because he hadn't been driving that
Yeah.
vehicle lately, I
Yeah.
was like, it's just been sitting outside for days and weeks because you driving your other vehicle.
But the thing about it is, man, you're at home where you're safe. This is your castle. You're safe here. Supposedly, and you don't think about it. I get it. I get how you left it, but I mean, just for more a better safety, right?
Mhm.
Um, because anybody that knows it's in there can go in there and get it.
Mhm.
As we see, it's like you know, people just walk around, but um, man, it definitely got you thinking more of ways to protect your family, ways to protect your property, just really, really grown up um thought processes that you have to go through
Mhm.
at this point. But everything's fixed. Everybody, are good now. Um Nobody was killed. Good thing. Um and the neighbors talk to each other.
Yeah, because one lady came from way around the corner.
Yeah.
When she saw my window was gone, she was like, "I'm gonna give you the phone number for a guy that'll come by and fix it like tomorrow." I was like,
I sure was like somebody needs to know somebody that can get everybody a deal.
"Yeah." She said that Safe Light was gonna charge her daughter like $400 to
Yeah.
replace her window, and that guy did it for like two.
Safe Light, man, got it going on, man.
Safe Light gets the money because you don't have to do
Cause
anything.
you remember the jingle.
Yeah, but
Safe Light
also,
is always gonna be the first person you call because of the jingle.
now they're gonna be the last people I call because I've
I
had,
remember when Safe Light was like the general. You
yeah,
know the general.
yes, I do. They have the place that I've been to has done my both my passenger and my driver's side front windows.
Did my windshield.
One of them because the cold shattered it. The other one because somebody busted it.
You say close your mouth.
You want me to put it in my mouth? Why? You want me to drink it? That sounds better than the other way.
Yeah, I tell you that, man. And then you say something terrible to me.
Oh, hush.
uh,
Is that okay with you?
Random question, man. On the first date, who pays and why?
Whoever asked, because they asked.
Yeah. That's simple as that. But do you have you ever felt obligated to ask
No,
to go out on a date? Why?
you know I don't like people like that.
I'm just saying it's like
What? Get that.
I'm just saying it's like so if nobody ever asked you, you'd just be out here dateless, never going
Mhm.
on dates. Mm.
I
I
think not asking has worked for me.
why you think that?
I've still gone on dates and didn't have to ask.
Therefore, you didn't have to pay.
Correct. Not paid for dates with me and you.
But I'm different, man.
Okay.
I'm different.
But I
Do you remember your first date?
no, I know who it would have been with, but probably can't tell you what we did and where we went.
Man, I can't remember my first date at all. Like I don't even know what it was, who it was, when it was,
You
and
ever
if
said a man pays for and plans the first date? Hopefully a coffee or tea date.
man, a walk in the park is a date to me. What defines a date? Let's start there.
I guess I would say you planning to do something together.
So the planning part.
You got a plan for a date, even if it's just we gonna meet up at so and such and see where the day goes.
What if?
You have some type of we're gonna take Hebrews for example. We're gonna meet up at a coffee shop. If this goes well, then okay, we might be able to. I might be able to look at you and say, "Hey, are you hungry? There's a place down the street we can go and get something to eat and continue this conversation."
What if we are out separately anywhere, Six
Mm-hmm.
Flags, right? And we bump into each other.
Mm-hmm.
We get stuck to ride on a roller coaster
That's not a
together.
date.
It's not a date.
No.
But listen, but in that ride, we enjoyed each other screaming, hollering, and the short conversation that we had. And we said, well, hey, let's just walk around here together. We're by ourselves.
It's not a date.
It's not a date.
No.
Hmm,
You missed the entire part that I
I
said. You
did.
trying to make it something else.
Make it something else, man.
Planning makes it a date.
Planning makes it a date. I got
Yes.
you. All right.
Otherwise, we're just two people
Two peas
hanging
in a
out.
pod.
Planning and intention. This is more than just two friends hanging out. See? Or two strangers
Two
hanging out, because that's
strangers.
how you just tried
That's it.
to
I mean, I'm just
phrase
trying
it.
to figure it out because I like seriously, I don't remember my first date.
Mhm.
And I don't remember a lot from my childhood, man. I must have got hit in the head somewhere.
I asked your mama that the other day.
What she say?
She said, I think he fell on his side once, but never on his head. Cause oh, you had pissed me off the other day
Everything
when
pisses
I
you off.
left you the sentences. So Lily has to write 4 sentences every week for homework. That's one of her homework assignments. So because her homework is due on Fridays, 4 sentences would mean you write one each day, Monday through Thursday. The entire folder gets turned in on Friday. Cool. She has to write her 4 sentences need to include the sight word of the week and the letter of the week in some capacity. And her teacher wants us to alternate having the letter of the week start the sentence and the sight word of the week just being in the sentence. I wrote out, or actually, Chat GPT gave me like
Cheating,
12 sentences,
cheating,
right? It's not cheating. The parent has to come up with the sentence.
plagiarism.
Oh,
I be
so
asking Chat GPT about that. Can I use this? They be like, yeah. They give me permission to use it. So
oh, okay. So gave him about 12 sentences. I left and I went to the grocery store. I said, "Hey, can you write two of her sentences with her?" He comes back and he has had her write 2 sentences that don't include the word of the week or the letter of the
no, the
week.
letter of the week was A, and we included A and and we didn't have we in there
Yeah.
in one of them. She wrote 2 sentences, man.
And I'm just
God.
like, we had a conversation about what these sentences need to be. This is her what second week? That was her second week doing this
Yeah.
assignment.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue because that's one of the things is um longer form writing than just writing the sight words and
Yeah.
your name every day.
Right.
So they're getting them to do they're getting them to write sentences. And I'm just like, bro, I gave it to you. I took screenshots of what Chat GPT said was like here. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not writing any of that.
I said, hold my beer, man. No, I was trying to do work and write these sentences at the same time. And it's just write these sentences. And you know how Lily does when she gets tired of doing the homework. She just she moves a lot. Have you ever noticed that?
Yes, that's why. Remember, that's why I ended up going to the store
I'd be like,
because I
good
told her she
God.
needed a 2 minute break to get her wiggles out. And she got upset with me because I gave her 2 minutes to get her wiggles out.
Lily told me yesterday she was mad at me, and I told her, looked her dead in her face, eye to eye, and said, I do not care.
Y'all are
I
terrible.
don't care if you mad at Jesus. Do what I ask you to do.
Y'all are something else. But I
Man.
agree with you, Deshauna. That's assistive technology, and I did not cheat because I would have had to write these sentences regardless. And I was honestly and truly, because the word of the week was we, I was trying not to start every sentence with we, but I was trying to make sure that they were
What's going on?
um
What's going on?
honestly and truly sentences that were not super long for a 5-year old. So it is what it is.
Okay,
Once we
Lily,
figure
go to
out
the
the word of the
bathroom.
week and the letter of the week for next week, I think that we gonna write them out so Tommy knows exactly what we're writing and doesn't have to look at his phone for assistance.
Anyway, man, you done talking about me?
Nope.
Because I feel like that was a dig at me and not a laugh with me.
Were you laughing?
I laughed at the situation because I truly thought I was right.
You did.
I really did. And when I was wrong, I was like, dang, I'm really wrong about this thing. But you got mad. Why your first instinct? That's where Lily gets it. I'm mad. So like I told her, I do not care.
You get mad just as
No,
easily.
I don't.
Yes, you
No,
do.
no, I don't. Your fuse is way shorter than
Okay.
mine, buddy. It's funny too. I wonder if anybody ever noticed, like, you be mad at me, and I be sitting up here looking like Homer Simpson, like, what happened?
When would they have seen me mad at you?
I don't know, man. You get mad at me all the time. Um,
Whatever.
we're moving right along, man. It's two things I want to talk
I
about.
wish he would stop.
I wish you would too. The dude is something else. Um, but it's fairly old. Yeah, we missed y'all last week too, Patricia.
Yeah, Tommy decided
I
to
didn't
change the
decide.
plan at the last minute. After he had changed the plan, then we were gonna continue to record.
You know why? Because Artiga got mad at me again. Anyway, we're not talking about last week.
Because you changed the plan at the
Okay,
last minute.
okay, okay, okay. So old news.
You see how you want to change the subject when I'm in the right and you're in the wrong?
Cam Newton and Nick Cannon were told. I don't forgot this doctor's name.
Dr. Bryant, because she had a big chain that said Dr. Bryant.
Oh
That's the
yeah.
only reason I know that.
So they had a conversation with this doctor, Dr. Bryant. She's a relationship therapist. And the big thing about it is she's single. I agree. I ain't even want to grill. That's the
He
sad
didn't
part.
grill until Monday.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it. Good morning, Miss Tillman. So, the big thing about the conversations that they were having, she told them that they were creating broken homes, and she didn't. You could tell in the interview that Cam Newton. I didn't see the full interview of Nick Cannon, but I heard bits and pieces of it. And Nick Cannon took a childish approach to me.
I don't think I looked at Nick Cannon, any of the clips from Nick Cannon.
But the clip from Cam Newton, he allowed her to. He didn't interrupt her, but you can tell that he didn't like it. And I get where he didn't like it because he's what he heard was you're a bad father. Creating broken homes.
that's not what she said.
It's not, but that's what he heard. And we all have fallen victim to hearing the wrong thing. Like you can
Hmm.
say something, but you heard,
Like you with planning a date.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody said plan, and you like, what about?
It's like somebody said he eats a lot of watermelon. This brother called me a nigga.
Okay.
Because it's stereotype. It's same thing, same thing.
I wouldn't have went that far, but okay.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like you look at it, and that's what he heard was him being a bad father, and a lot of dads, including myself, they pride themselves on being there
Hmm.
because it is the dads have gotten a bad rap for a lot of things that they're not doing.
Hmm.
And a lot of things that they didn't see growing up, and so it's like Cam's Cam's defense, he was like he didn't understand what she was saying. I think he finally got it. And I'm not sure about Nick Cannon. Like I said, I didn't watch the interview, but the clip I saw, he wasn't hearing what she said at all
Hmm.
and wasn't trying to. But for Cam Newton, he was more so of the kids live with me. I'm here. I do what I have to do to have these kids. 'Cause I think he got 8 kids, 3 baby mamas.
I
But
don't know
no,
how many of the kids are actually his because I know that he counts step kids, although you can't call them step kids because he ain't married none of their mamas.
yeah, he does have
No,
8 biological
no, he
kids though.
doesn't.
He don't.
No.
How many kids he got?
He had 4 with the first girl and then 1 each with the next 2.
So 6.
Yes.
Okay,
And then I know the first one had a child before they got together, and I think the second one had a child before they had a baby
that's
together.
possible. The thing or the thing that pops up in my head was I was like, how both of the statements that they were saying were true. You are because I look at my situation, right?
Hmm.
Because in my situation, we got married. We did what the song said.
What song you talking
First, the little jingle. I've been hitting jingles all
about?
day today. Uh, KISSING. First come love, then come marriage, then come a baby with the baby in
Okay.
the carriage. We just did the baby and the baby carriage twice, but I don't
Okay.
know if we're gonna get a third one
We're
in.
not.
But hey, wishful thinking.
We're not.
Um, but that was the thing though. It was like he you could see it in his face where he took offense to her saying that he's creating a broken home,
Hmm.
and he didn't understand what she was saying. And it's like, do you agree or do you not agree with what she was saying? And for me, it was like it doesn't sound right, but it's true to what you're saying because not you got 6 kids that's biologically yours.
Hmm.
4 of those kids can say 2 of those kids can talk about 2 of those kids' mama.
Hmm.
And that's the way I looked at it. That's how I made it make sense to me.
Hmm.
If all of these kids live with you all the time, at what point in time do they go and see their mama?
They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm saying in his case,
Yeah.
he says all my kids live with me, but in actuality, they don't. They live between the 2
Yeah.
homes. Um,
And that's the brokenness. Like
like for me, I did not live at my dad's house. I visited my dad's house. I did not have my own room over there or anything like that because for the greater part of my life, my dad has lived exactly where he lives now.
mhm,
He did move out at one point and live next door in his own home.
yeah.
But by that time, I wasn't going over there to spend the night. I would just drive over there to see my dad, hang out for a little bit, and then going back home to my mama's
Mhm,
house. So I've never lived at my dad's house,
yeah.
right? Um, but when the kids have rooms at both homes, yes, they live at both
Yeah.
homes. But a week on and a week off is
Right.
not full time living at
Right.
home.
Right. not like my thing was, and it'll be probably be a little weird for them, but I was like, man, if you got enough money, create a space to where everybody lives there,
Mhm.
you know, so the kids don't have
Do
to
like
have,
Boosie.
I don't know, oh,
Boosie
created
had the
that.
family compound where
Yeah,
he built homes for his kids behind his house,
yeah,
and he gave them a pool for their little community so that they don't be at his house using his things.
yeah. Like it's the for, I'm reading what KW said. I don't know how you say your name.
Okay, this one.
Please tell me how you say your. Just type it in how it sounds. That's and I'm gonna
I
try
think
to
Nick
remember.
Cannon was more direct about how he moves. I think he is more unapologetic. Nick Cannon, since Mariah, has been like
Mariah was his first,
his
like,
only wife.
but that was his first kids, right?
The twins,
Yeah,
because he's had another set of twins since then too. But Nick and Mariah were like the family unit. I don't know what happened to break up Nick and Mariah, but whatever it is, it flipped a switch in him that was like, I gotta procreate and I gotta do it a lot.
yeah. I honestly don't. I don't understand the mindset behind it because that's not something.
Hubert said it's horribly difficult.
Katie Way. Did I say just smiley face if I said that right? Thumbs up or something. Katie Way. Is that right?
T way. T way. It's horribly difficult to be a good father to 8 children by 3 different women. And I like Cam personally. Nothing beats mom and dad in the same house. I agree. It is like it's difficult if it's just two women and two households. Like, say you had a baby with this woman, and like you married this woman, y'all got divorced, but y'all had a baby before the divorce, and then you go over here and you get remarried. It's still difficult.
Yeah, and something V is saying, man, I feel that I definitely feel that because like one of the biggest fears that I have is that I miss out on certain things. And personally, I have to get over that
Mhm,
because there are certain times you're gonna miss out, and the kids are gonna miss out on your presence
mhm,
simply because you have to make sure things get done, right?
mhm,
Um, being in the household and seeing that same there's it's not a broken home, but there's a brokenness in the idea in rearing children in a family.
mhm,
There's always going to be some type of brokenness there because everything is not perfect.
mhm. But everything will never be perfect
And that's the thing.
because if you have, let's say, I work part time, Tommy works full time, and we still miss things like at school, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a meeting coming up next week. I just can't go to. But we make it to all of I know we make it to all of the big stuff, one or both of us.
Yeah.
But it's just first off, school is not designed for parents to have jobs.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, y'all get them from 7 to 3, but also I need you to come up to the school Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday because we're doing this at 8, this at 10, and this at noon. And that's just not
Yeah.
something that everybody can do, right?
Right.
But when you couple all of that with we not in the same house with each other, he's not helping with homework. And I'm not saying like him specifically, but like
The
you
other parent.
yeah, you just can't do
Right.
everything.
Because at some point it gets disrespectful because what if this parent or you guys both find somebody else? You know, and then it's like,
Well, he has.
right, man, I think one of the other anyway,
I don't know.
it's not important. But it's like, you know, you start to how much of your time can you truly give to your kids
Mhm,
and your family? At this point, you've created a family structure that are you've created a family structure that is designed to be separate.
mhm,
Like I have to go over here to my dad's house. I have to go over here to my mom's house. I have to split between Thanksgivings. I have to split between Christmases. It's already a split there. My brother, my sister is doing this. I have to make a decision on that. I can't get to everybody's games. I can't do this. I can't do that. So because of that type of spread, it's you've created something. I think with Cam's, um, I think for the like, and this is my thought process. I think it wasn't an intention,
Mhm.
but I think it's a thing of this happened and that he's dealing with the best way that he knows how because it's not what he thought it was.
Mhm.
It's not like he grew up two parents in the
Mhm.
in the same
Because his
household.
parents are still married, right?
Yeah. But for him, things happen and we definitely know that things can happen and he's dealing with it,
Mhm.
and I just like it just stuck out to me that conversation and just seeing him and his reaction. I was like, he shouldn't feel a type of way because she said he created a broken home. He did.
Mhm. Even if he wants to go about the whole, I didn't do that. When you cheated on that girl and had that other baby,
Yeah.
that made a broken
That made it a
home
broken home. Now you bringing a child into a family
of dysfunction.
that she was born out of dysfunction, out of infidelity, out of a lie. Because at some point in time, when you in a relationship with a person, you promise the person to be faithful and cherish that person.
Yeah. She just basically said what we said about the
Uh,
first one. He was the one that he had the 4 kids with.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It definitely.
So this was
It was a
all your
choice. It
this
was
was
a
all your choices, and you chose this life, and you're mad or ups. I don't want to say mad. You got in your feelings
yeah.
because someone called you on it. Like he's like, my desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. And I'm like, what do you think they're gonna get from you in this divorce?
I don't know. We've. I don't know. Okay.
Let me fix it.
But it's like it's so interesting
Mm-hmm.
that dynamic of how words can basically hurt a person's feeling. You gonna put that in the sink? Okay, thank you. That's nice of you.
It's a great day to be
Good
kind.
morning, D. But yeah, so just hearing that, just seeing it, it's like, dang.
I'm fixing it. Hold on. Oh my goodness.
I mean, like what he was just saying, it's like I get it. It's a how do you determine who's real and who's fake for you in that situation? You know, so the odds of him getting divorced is much higher than a regular person based off of simply him making bad choices or not knowing the true intentions of a person. It's crazy how many so have fear of marriage and commitment, but we have a baby, which is also a lifetime. Because I think the baby is more so of a roll of dice. Not every time you're gonna get pregnant, not and stuff like that, but more so getting married and making that commitment is more of a commitment that you have more control over. I don't know. I wish she would stop.
I
Uh,
don't either.
but I think that's what it is. No, no. You can sit right here. But you ain't finna crawl all over me, man. You too big.
48th percentile.
Yeah, definitely she hit a spot with Cam. But the clip that I saw with Nick was very chaotic and it made me not want to watch it.
What happened with
It
it?
was just she was started to talk about how he has all these kids and he started to talk about how they should know in the beginning of who they dealing with and what they're doing because he's not lying to anybody. He's saying, "Hey, I want to smash. I want to, get you pregnant and do X, Y, Z." That's what I'm saying with Hubert. It's gonna be hard for him to like figure it out a person's true intentions. Like it's easy for somebody that don't have anything to be like, "Yeah, I want to get married," and they build everything with their spouse. Then it's like, well, she helped me build it. At least you're supposed to think that way.
Mhm.
Like we built this together. So if we split, then we split it together. So that type of thing. But he doesn't have that luxury
I fixed it.
being who he
Go ahead.
is.
Go take
Um,
it upstairs.
I kind of look at LeBron James's marriage, and I take a look at it. They've been together since from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. I
that's
missed
a
a bunch of comments trying to
yeah.
fix this.
Now that's a conversation to have with a person about being who he is, being and still continuing to build a family like he has.
Mhm.
He potentially has a son that is he could easily, that is true. But again, that's a like those are it's ways to set up, but a lot of people aren't thinking about, oh, I need to get a prenup. I know I wasn't thinking about a prenup. Now I'm a post nup.
Whatever.
But yeah, 4 kids later. Um but it's all a choice, and I don't think, for me, I said all that to say I don't think Cam Newton should feel a way if somebody say, "Hey, he's creating a broken home," because I think what he has done with his kids and how he's a part of his kids' life and the conversations that they are able to have. A lot of men can't have those, can't say they've done the same thing in their kids' life with the cards that they've been dealt
Mhm.
or the cards that they pulled. But I commend him for being a dad, because
Mhm.
that's what he is.
Mhm.
Regardless of the broken family, the broken home thing, that's just the adjective that you use.
Mhm.
But the verb in it is dad.
Mhm.
So speaking about dads
I
and
was like,
being
going to before you go to that. Hubert said he could continue to get fine women for the rest of his life without marriage or a prenup. I just think the whole thing is that like you want all these kids, like contain them somewhere.
not contain them.
You putting them in house, 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 like
Contain them somewhere.
some kind of way. Nick Cannon, all his kids have never been in the same place at the same time.
Yeah. There's no possible way he remembers all them kids either.
He missed one when somebody asked him to name him.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's too
And
funny.
everybody was like, you missed the black one.
Yeah.
The only one that got a fully black mama.
Hmm.
And that's the one you miss.
Man, and that's another thing too. You think about people being top tier, and we putting ranks on people. I hate that. Like, I think everybody is equal in the matter of the potential,
Mhm.
you know. Um, and it's just a matter of them tapping into that,
Mhm.
and what they're doing with it. Now, a lot of people have a lot more steps to go than certain people because of whatever reason,
I was watching
genetics.
something yesterday about how men date, like women date older men for the stability. And they're like, now women are creating their own stability and they just want a little play toy too.
Yeah,
And they ain't got to buy him a bag. They can buy him a PlayStation and he'll shut up.
I'll be like, man, you need to give me an Xbox. Give
Is
me
money
an
what makes
Xbox
a
and a
man top
space.
top tier, even if he's bankrupt in other areas?
No.
That's what some people look at for being top tier. But I mean, it depends on what you're willing to accept. Cam comes with money, but he also takes his money back once the relationship is over,
Yeah.
no matter if y'all got kids or not, because he took that girl to court. He wanted cars back and everything after they was together all those years and had 4 kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a gift. If you got it, why you need it back? You shouldn't have gave it to me if you ain't have it.
But I don't like the use something else.
Is that not
No, it's
real?
true. It's true. Like, it's like when you break up, you take your teddy bear back.
No.
Right.
You would be
As
like,
much
nah,
as you
that's
want,
just $20.
as much as you want to, especially if it was a bad breakup. I want give me all my stuff back. Pictures, shirts, t-shirts, jacket. Now you do take your Letterman jacket back.
You need
Um,
to get that before you decide to break up with me, though.
Yeah, I
Let
guess.
me get that back.
Yeah, yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be cold tomorrow.
Like
And then you
I'm
gonna
a
break up with me after.
look. I'm gonna break up with you tomorrow, but I need my jacket
Right.
today.
Don't come at me with no, I need all my things. I have siblings of 4 different women. Our relationships aren't close. We get along from a distance. I don't have the same mom and dad as any of my siblings. I have one brother I share a mom with, and then I have another brother and sister that I share a dad with. And I won't say that we're not close because we are close, but it's very different from how I see my friends who grew up same mom and dad in the same house, right?
hmm
You,
I was reading all the stuff. Say what you said again.
I said I have me and none of my siblings have the same mom and dad.
Yeah,
And we're close, but we're not as close as people who got same mama and daddy
yeah,
living in the house together as a full family
yeah,
unit,
yeah.
right? Career accomplishments are cool, but what real qualities does he possess as a person? Apparently, all we know is he cheats and he makes babies.
But okay,
Outside of being an
okay. So
outstanding
the
football player,
conversation is going so where we're putting
people put
accomplishment,
money on a pedestal.
money and accomplishment as top tier for men,
Hmm.
which I personally I think, and yes, it's because I'm not a millionaire yet, and I always make emphasis on the yet because I'm trajectory my trajectory is in that direction.
Okay.
But it's more so of what me and Artika build than what I do on my own. Like I don't get where I am today without my wife. But does that make me less of a value to society or less of a valuable man? I don't think so.
I'm just seeing Lily back there.
Yeah, Lily has been moving and grooving since she's been back here, and I hate it.
I'm sorry, I was trying to read this one.
Which one? Oh,
Finances are important, but when I'm having conversations with folks about their parents, it's rarely the money that has them in therapy. It's usually something emotional or that they were absent. Agreed.
and like for my experience, it's a lack of money, not a I can't speak on the we had too much money
Mhm.
type of thing, but I would like for my kids to be like we never had a lack of, you know.
Lily already doesn't understand the concept of money because if we don't have something in the house, she'd be like, just go buy
Right. She be tripping. I'd be like, man, we go build it.
it.
I can build that.
Not even just that, like just anything. Like if she eats the last apple,
Quad
for
saw himself.
example, right?
Quad sees himself.
You there and there? Like if
um,
she eats the last apple, she'd be like,
yeah.
go get another one.
And
You
then I'd
like
be like, we can grow an apple.
it's, I'm never gonna be like we can grow an
No, I'm
apple.
just saying, it's like you want an apple, we can grow it.
You gonna be like, it's 103 degrees outside.
That's too
No.
funny. All right. So speaking about families and dads, because I wanted to talk about this a little bit
I
more in
see.
depth because it's
I
a
see.
major problem in the USA that we have today. Um, on I think it was Wednesday. It was a school shooting. A 14-year-old kid killed four people, two teachers and two students at
Appalachia, I think.
Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia. Now I know one person that lives in Winder, Georgia.
Is that George?
No, that was what was it? Heath.
Ah.
You remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, that was the only person I knew that lived in Winder, Georgia. He would like Heath was really cool,
Mm-hmm.
but Winder is a place that I didn't think black people lived. And
Winder is apparently like
stop, man. Stop.
20% black.
Stop. Stop.
Um, I
Hey,
Winder was
come back
my
over here.
territory when I worked for one of the two home care agencies that I worked at. All right. Living in Winder, I never saw black people.
Yeah.
Like they're there apparently,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
never saw them.
Those were the first people they put on TV.
That's what my cousins were texting me because they were like, "How far away from you is this?" I was
Yeah.
like, "Not
You would
close."
think it's really black out there the way that they had the kids on there, but
I guess the black kids congregated together, and
Yeah,
that's what was right
right, right,
behind the
right.
camera.
Um,
Can we turn this down?
but the issue, the biggest issue that I have, and we're seeing some resolve. We're seeing some resolve with it is the dad in this whole situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The kid went in and did what he did,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and which is terrible, and I hate it. But the actual technology that the teachers had helped subside a lot of that because they had like a little thing on there, like a badge or something, and they were able to push a button and it shuts down everything. And that's why I was getting to Hubert about the dad. The 14-year-old at the time, he was 13 at the time. I think it was the FBI or somebody came in um to talk to him and the dad and question him about school shootings.
Mm-hmm.
And they questioned him about that, and the next Christmas, which would have been this past Christmas, the dad bought an assault rifle for him. And I think this might be the weapon that was used for this school thing. What's up, Doug? Um, and so that being the case, it's like I don't understand the parenting thought process in that because I think about my kids and I'm like, how
I'm not
do
buying my kid an assault rifle.
right? I'm
Period.
not buying them a gun. If you're old enough to buy a gun yourself, you can have one.
But
But
you said that we don't have a law.
yeah, we know.
Yeah.
But still, though,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm not finna buy you one. Um, but it's like for me, and I get
I
it.
know y'all can't hear it, but Lily has commentary behind him. She was like, "For Christmas, that's not how you do something." Like she's just going off on clear, clean tangents
Yeah,
behind him.
yeah. But it's like you looking at the situation. You're like, out of all the things you can buy him, this is what you decided to buy.
Mhm.
But then it's like how you didn't like for us as the adult in the situation, we have to make better choices for the kids to put them in better positions. If
Now I was reading something that said that his father was abusive to his mother.
I heard that,
His mother was on
I
drugs,
heard that.
and up in the words of my granddaddy, your daddy wasn't no prize. um, it just it doesn't make sense, and I still don't understand why why we are as Americans are able to go in and buy assault rifles.
Yeah, I personally don't understand what's the point of buying these weapons for children when their job is not to protect the home. Now, I can understand, hey, we have guns in the house. Let me show you some safety things
Hmm.
and stuff like that because like you have to know. And me and Map talk about that all the time because when we were kids, we didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? We knew guns was in the house, but we didn't understand the safety precautions. As we got older, we talked about it last time I saw him. Stop, man.
No, no, no.
Um, and the safety precautions that you should have. Like I don't think people realize like guns really hurt people. I don't understand why people don't realize that, but they really hurt people.
Hmm.
Um, but it's just that thing. It's like, hey, I'm gonna buy this my child that's already troubled. It's already said, hey, like even if he's like, because the kid went up there, told the police, nah, I didn't say that, I didn't do that. Woo, woo. Even if that's the case, that shuts down a lot of gun handling activity.
Hmm.
Like you can't play Call of Duty. You like the best thing you can do is go play a sport. You better get into archery or something. Like, but
They school probably offers archery
it
too.
probably does. It probably does.
They don't do that in
No, they don't.
the hood.
Archery is not one of those sports that we have at the schools around us.
If we do, I'm gonna be shocked.
Right. But it's like, man, you just look at the parenting decisions on and I'm glad they're holding the parent.
It's okay.
I'm glad they're holding the parent to responsible as well because
Hmm.
he's facing the dad is facing 180 some years
Hmm.
in prison for this.
Hmm. I saw that. Well, I heard that over your shoulder. buying an assault rifle for a minor child is like buying a Ferrari as their first car.
Man, what
And
you
it's
said?
people crazy enough to do both of
Yeah, yeah. But it's like even in hunting, like I'm not a person that hunts,
them.
right? So even in what's up, Renee?
Mm-hmm.
even a person
Not
in
just her brother, her little brother.
right. Emphasis on the little brother. Been talking to her for 30 years.
Not for 30 years. Good morning, Renee.
uh but yeah, even for a person that hunts, uh he should. He should. I truly believe dad is should be held responsible just as much as the child. Now the child is going to be charged as an adult. I don't really know what that means. So if anybody knows, please
He
let me
won't go
know.
to juvenile.
Oh, okay.
Like, and be able to, like, if from my understanding, I'm not sure if this is the complete understanding, but when you get charged as a kid or as a minor, um, those charges don't exist when you turn 18.
Oh, Lily, you need go sit down
Was
somewhere,
crack
man.
whack?
Yeah. um, sit down, please. Golly.
Nothing like kids to make a serious conversation not serious.
Right, right. This is like good to
Wiggle,
God.
wiggle, 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 wiggle.
But but yeah, so it's like he's getting all he dad deserves every bit of what he's getting. But the child, the one thing that I do think is a positive is that this child didn't get killed.
Hmm.
I'm glad of that because now it's like why.
Yeah.
And I know the why is not important to a lot of people, but for me, I be want to know
Tommy
because
always
that's what
wants to
type of
know
person.
why.
Like I gotta know the reasoning. I don't know why I have to know the reasoning, but I just have to know. It
Does the
just
reasoning make you feel better?
the reasoning completes the story for me.
No.
Doesn't
Because
make it
I remember
doesn't make it
somebody
right.
gave you a
Doesn't make it
reason one time and you still had follow-up questions. And I'm like, stop asking questions. They just gave you the reason.
right. But
You don't have to like it.
I know I understand that, but it just makes me feel better. I don't know why. It just does. It's just something about me. But it's
Okay.
in knowing the reasoning, we can probably prevent another one from happening.
Yeah.
Or it assists in preventing another one from happening. But I really have to commend Wander, the police, everybody's involved, the school board, of having those buttons on their badges to actually shut the school down.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of talk about schools in our district, namely those like directly around us, having recent threats as well. And I'm definitely I wish I could attend the next school board meeting. It looks like they've stopped doing them virtually
Yeah,
around here. But I ain't trying to go say anything. I just want to hear like where are we going with this?
yeah.
Because one of the things that's recently been I don't know if it's been put into place, but I know it has been it was on their list when they got like a grant or something,
Hmm.
was to get pouches for kids to put their cell phones in that are similar to the pouches that you get when you go to like comedy shows
Hmm.
that are going to become specials.
Specials, yeah,
Um where they lock up your phone and you don't have access to it. And I'm like, that doesn't help us
yeah.
in
In
the
the
case of
emergency,
an emergency. And I know that they're trying to take the phones because the kids are using their phones to cheat on tests and things like that. But what is our middle
yeah,
ground?
yeah,
Like, can you put the phones on something like what you get on a cruise ship? You know how it's once you step onto the cruise ship, even though you're still like in the port city, that's domestic location. When you get into the boat, your phone doesn't work.
Hey, go brush your teeth. You gonna be ready to go when we ready to go.
Go brush your teeth so you can get ready to
Lily's back here just
go.
talking
Talking.
away.
Right. Speech delay who?
She be stepping too, man.
She ain't got it no more.
Go ahead, go ahead. Wash your
Um,
face too.
like I went to a high school recently to do an evaluation for Lily, and I couldn't use my phone anywhere in this school besides in the hallways.
Mm.
Like I had no signal. What she say? There were threats made to some Fulton County schools yesterday, and private schools, including ours, were on the list. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they had one of the middle schools in this area, and no, it's two middle schools in this area, and I think one elementary school in this area was on a list that I saw. And
mhm.
they've apparently like amped up the security
Mhm.
on the
And that's the
schools.
thing that I don't like for the kids because it's distracting. It's so distracting to the kids, and the kids are there to learn, and it's like, man, we have to do something to figure something out because this can't be a norm.
Hmm.
You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying? It's not supposed to be a norm. Most people, like, we don't live in a society where we have to fear going outside to go to school, go to our jobs.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And essentially, because I look at school as being a child's job. Your job is to go to school. I'm not saying that it's not the norm. I'm saying it shouldn't be. So we have to figure out something to change that that normalcy.
Hmm.
We as a people, we as a community, we as a city, as a state, as a country, have to figure out how do we change that norm.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, like, shootings are bad and sad and everything, but shooting at a school, man, come on, and for no apparent reason.
Hmm. We were doing tornado and earthquake drills. These kids are doing active shooter drills. They are.
I never had to do an active shooter drill.
Right.
Never.
But I
I
think that
Columbine
Columbine was
was the
the
first one
first one.
that
Yeah,
I
look it up.
heard of, but it was school shootings before that.
Yeah, Columbine was the biggest one.
Yeah,
That was in 99.
was it 99? Yeah,
Yeah,
I was in sixth grade.
that sounds about right. Hold on, let me pull
And huh? Nah. Like and that's the thing, Hubert. It's like we have to take Democrats, Republicans, the other party. We have to take all that BS out and just say, "Hey, call a spade a spade." We have a problem with guns. We have a problem with school shootings, mass shootings, all this stuff. We have to change something. And like Dub saying, it does start at home. So it's it's that thing. You just have to, we always gonna have them. It seems like, until that's the thing. That's the most idiotic thing. It's like we're gonna have these things happen until somebody says, "Hey, enough is enough."
up.
You know,
99, I was 1 year into my career. I was not.
I was in sixth grade, brother.
Was it sixth grade?
I think it was in Mr. Gaines' class. Columbine happened. Yep. I wonder how Mr. Gaines is doing. I would imagine that he's on the other side of the earth at this point.
Okay.
Only because Mr. Gaines was old in the sixth grade. He had been teaching for 20 plus years at that point.
No clue.
I've been out of high school 20 years next year.
Hmm.
So do the math.
Okay. Until they can come up with some bipartisan gun reform. It's
Yeah.
honestly and truly,
I don't understand. Like, Tennessee has in order for you to carry in Tennessee, you got to go through a class, or you used to.
I think
You
so.
still do. I don't understand why all states aren't like that. I don't understand the real infatuation with guns. Do you know?
I don't get it either. My mom didn't let us play with toy guns, which is funny because both me and my brother have guns in the house.
Mhm. Yeah,
But we're also not just pulling guns out on people and
yeah,
stuff either.
yeah.
So
That's the thing. If I had to pull my gun, just best believe I feel like it's a life or death situation. And
I I hate to say it as a blanket statement of everybody just needs to go to therapy, but a lot of these are results of anger issues. and it's the rage from being angry or humiliated or whatever it may be. And gotta find a better way to channel
Yeah. I say,
it.
man, just fight.
Pop said, but you live. You
You
live to
live to
see
fight
another
another
day.
day. Man, shoot. Some of the fights I ain't got into, boy. I lost some. I won some though. I ain't saying I'm Muhammad Ali.
My god brother, the one that you met at the
Yeah.
funeral, that's the only person I've ever gotten into a real fight with.
Oh Lord.
And it was back when me and him was the same height.
Yeah.
You obviously see he's
Yeah,
a lot
right.
taller than me now. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone needs therapy, 1 session or 1,000. They
Yeah.
do.
I don't understand that. That's something that somebody said on the
What's
news
in your
too
mouth?
about the dad. Is that instead of buying his son a gun, he should have bought him some therapy sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Which probably, he'd came out cheaper with the therapy sessions.
It's on his insurance problem.
At least 5 sessions would have been free.
Maybe that needs to be something that's added in. Like you might not need to meet the economic threshold for peach care for kids, but if you're a kid in Georgia,
Yeah.
let them have some therapy sessions for free.
Yeah.
One of my old coworkers' husband was a child psychiatrist, and he was just telling me, he was like, you would be amazed some of the things that I hear on a day-to-day basis, and the parents are totally oblivious
Mm-hmm.
about what's going on with their kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I wouldn't be. This was prior to me having kids.
Yeah.
That me and him had this conversation. And it was just like, you people are not as involved and as invested in their kids as they pretend to be. And a lot of it goes back to like earlier, the high value, I got money. Them kids gonna be all right. I got money. I can fix everything with money, but you can't.
Mm-hmm. What they say? It's not a what? Panacea? Hugh, you make me feel like I can't read,
Some
man.
therapists call it behavior rather than challenge you to be better. If the kids need therapy, the family does too. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. I say everybody needs, if anybody black needs therapy because, man, the history of where they family came from is traumatizing.
Hmm. It's tough to get a therapy appointment somewhere. I couldn't imagine if everybody went.
Oh, yeah. Like, with what he was saying, America has a horrible parenting problem. Like, the idea that when we become parents, the first thing that most people say, or a lot of people you hear, is it's not a playbook for it.
It's not.
We're just doing the best we can. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for clearing that up for me. That's one of those college words I gotta write down. Uh but it's like it's not a playbook for it. We don't have was a pan man, you put it in there like
A fix all.
a fix all. You know what
Just
I'm saying?
use the
I want to use the
definition.
new word because I
Oh, okay.
you know you learn new words, you want to use it. You learn new things, use them.
Hmm.
Um,
Our children are getting restless.
yeah,
I
but I like these are things I like to talk about. I know
get
nobody
it.
else likes to talk about these things, but
No,
I
we
do.
obviously we got a group of people that do.
But you look at it and it's like, man, you thinking about we don't have an answer for parenting. We don't have a playbook to make you the perfect parent, and we're all just trying to figure it out. In a situation where co-parenting is a thing that you have to start to do, why isn't there classes and stuff that helps people co-parent?
There are.
Why isn't like I think about child support, right? When a
Mhm.
person is put on child support, co-parenting needs to be a thing that
Mhm.
you have to go through. You have to go through class for this co-parenting thing. It's like let's get to the point of parenting better
Mhm.
because we know that's an issue. A lot of times it's I have to work. We like in our situations or in my situation, it was a more so of my mom had to work.
Mhm.
My mom had to work. My mom had to work. So it was a lot of times once we got old enough to take care of ourselves, my mom wasn't able available to go to a thing to some things for me because she had to work because there's a lack of uh money,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like bring down expenses. How do you do that?
Or that's not gonna happen.
You're right. Or how do you find more worth?
Expecting wounded people to be good parents and spouses is like expecting people to fly a plane
Hey
without a
man,
class.
hey man, if I got up there, I sure will be hitting Google, Chat GPT. What's the one with Windows?
Ain't nobody got time for all that.
let me ask Jeeves. Let me ask somebody how to land this thing, man. Somebody got to get me down. But everybody is not resourceful. Everybody don't have the resources. That's something else.
I don't even think that it's everybody doesn't have resources. I think that there are lots of resources that are available that we don't tap into. And I'm just going to use an easy example that's not even like necessarily parenting, but like when we found out that Lily had a speech delay, had I not had a conversation with Erica, I wouldn't have known about Babies Can't Wait.
Yeah,
Granted, the stuff was so slow, she aged out of it, but it opened doors to get
yeah,
other things rolling.
yeah.
But it's because people don't
Mhm.
ask
Right.
or
And
people don't
don't
bring it
people
up.
don't have the conversation.
That's one of those things, and I do need to make another post soon about it. Like, I tell people about the things that I am learning in the process of uncovering all of the different things about Lily because I had never heard of Dwayne syndrome
Yeah.
until she got diagnosed with it.
Hmm.
And it's not something that is impactful to her life by any means. Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna keep her from driving
Yeah.
or
Yeah. Yeah.
make her go blind or anything like that. It's just something that she has, and I didn't know about it. I
Yeah.
didn't know it existed. So it's like, hey, let me tell you that this exists
Yeah.
because had she not gotten pink eye, we may have never found out that she had it.
Had I not gotten pink eye, I might not be here today.
Exactly.
You know.
So it's just when you look into
But that's
those
just me.
things, it's just conversations that need to be had because there are so many like free resources. Dwayne said, no, not that Dwayne. Duane. Uh she has a
What?
condition where she can't like
What is that?
Dwayne Wade painting his nails.
Oh, I got you. I got. Man, I be so lost in certain things.
But it's it's little things that people don't take heed for the resources for. Like Lily's elementary school, they don't even cater to babies, obviously, because they are in elementary school. But they're doing infant uh parenting classes, like basically taking care of your newborn baby,
Yeah,
and they're giving away cribs.
I didn't. Her school is
Her
this?
school is doing that.
I didn't know that.
So it's like for things like that to happen, the resources are there, but you wouldn't know about them if your kid,
But
for her
also,
school specifically,
but
you wouldn't know if your
also,
kid didn't attend that
but
school.
also with us, we're taught or we look at it as a thing of because that's something me and you had to talk about is a thing of failure
Mhm.
on our end, and then
Okay.
for us
All
to
right.
talk about it, discuss it, or bring it up in a conversation to anybody that admits that you failed somewhere. That some people look at it as because that's what we're taught. Like you don't share the bad things, you only share the highlights.
Mhm.
You know,
And stop pulling him,
and
Lily.
it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing of I have to deal with this, and how do you deal with it?
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it's just like back to Dwayne syndrome. It's just a annual checkup where she goes to a pediatric eye surgeon and they check her eyes.
yeah,
It's a quick appointment. Like she in there maybe 10 minutes.
yeah. Well, anyway, guys, everybody is tapping on me, and I don't like it. So
I don't either.
I'm about to get out of here. Hey, today I really appreciate you guys. The conversation was great on the whole show. So I really appreciate you guys. We got some other things. I finished Lily's desk, and I know y'all still waiting on the fence bill. I promise I'm gonna put out everything about this house and what we've been building.
Okay,
And
stop.
we got a new the name of the show is what I don't even know.
You said I can build
I can
that.
build that or something like that. So we working on some stuff. So
This
Uh
something that came to him in line
oh yeah,
at a
Rich Homie
store.
Quan.
I'm
R.I.P. to him.
still feeling very conspiracy theorist about that.
I'm not.
You
I
you
I
not from the YSL case?
I haven't thought about it. I just was like, dang. But he talked about what his issue was, and like I don't know like why or how he died.
It's an overdose.
Oh, but he talked about his addiction issue and stuff like that. So, but we'll talk about that next week.
All right,
But
maybe more news will come out by
yeah.
then. I refuse to listen to that 911 call though.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna listen to
I just
that.
y'all can tell me about it.
Yeah, it's man, it's a lot. But anyway, guys, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Today is Saturday. Go out there, be better than yesterday, and make tomorrow a better day as well.
I've heard that, Deshauna. That's why I don't want to listen to it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, go out there and do something fun today. All right, guys, we out.
Tell everybody bye.
Peace. He said that loud and quick.
Right.
Bye.
I holla. All right, y'all.
Peace.